Sean Sewell with Engearment.com here. I have a really cool offering from the fall line of 2025 from Patagonia. This is new to the market, doesn't exist yet, comes out August 1st, 2025. This is the brand new Patagonia Loft Nano Hoodie. This is the Nano Puff, but with a whole lot more insulation and a high loft version that is extremely warm. Now, they sent this over about a month ago, so I've got to use it in the mountains camping about the last several weeks. So I've got some observations on it, the fit, the functionality, and all the stuff you want to learn about in this video. So let's get into it. First, we'll start with sizing. I am 6'1", 210 pounds, 215 pounds sometimes, 45-inch chest, 33 to 34-inch waist, 36, 37 on the arms. This is a men's extra large. The fit is very nice, especially over layers. I've used this right now just over a t-shirt, but I've also used it over a wind jacket. I've used it over a rain shell. I've used it over another mid layer like the Nano Air or the Nano Air Hybrid. Worked really good in those kinds of situations, as well as standalone as well. This got a 50 denier, which is really robust material. I'll get a little closer so you can see. It's 50 denier, PFAS-free, DWR treated. And so that's going to give you some water resistance, definitely snow resistance. I actually have had it in light snow up about 12,000 feet here in Colorado. It snowed about 2 weeks ago. And the precipitation kind of beads up well. It is not waterproof, obviously you know that, but I just have to state that. But the DWR is there, and it is a water repellent treatment. It should last several washes, but you can always add Nick wax later on to reapply the DWR. Again, that's PFAS free as well. Insulation wise, you get a lot of it, like a lot. It's 170 grams and 200 grams of PrimaLoft Silver insulation. That's the Eco version of that. I don't know where the 170 is compared to the 200. Perhaps the 200 is on the outermost layers and the 170 is on the body, or maybe it's vice versa. I don't have a way to figure that out. The reason is I don't have information on this jacket other than the specs I just got today. When Patagonia sends me stuff to test out, me and the whole Engearment team, all 50 of us, they just send it in a box. And it usually just says, enjoy, and then don't talk about it until X date. I'll show you what I mean. So imagine this, you get in the mail, there's a box from Patagonia, you open up, and in it is this. There's a tag. It says sample. On the other side, it says Loft Nano Puff. And I'm like, that doesn't exist. You go to Google it, there's no information on it. So I can't get the specs on it. And I think they do this on purpose so that I'll go out and use the gear. The teammates and I will just go out there and use the gear, report back what we like about it, or if there's anything we notice that can be better. And that way we don't have a bias going into the testing process. It's pretty genius if you think about it. But now I have more specs on it, so I was trying to guess, is it 30 denier, is it 50 denier? It is 50 denier, and again, I'll get a little closer so you can see it. The nice material, nice matte finish. That DWR coating is in there. You get the baffles going on here, the box construction, pretty typical of Nano Puff right there. On the inside, you do get drop pockets, one on the right, one on the left. They're not as big as they could be. I bet they could have been a little bit taller, which would have been nice for like securing mittens and stuff like that in there. Other than that, there's no other internal pockets to report. There is one sizable chest pocket, and I'll put it back on so you can see that a little bit better. And then I'll talk about weights. It's pretty heavy actually, but it's also very, very thick. Zippers, this is very important. They do not skimp. The zippers are sizable. Get my face out of it so it'll focus. Sizable metal zippers, no plastic zippers here. So this is meant to be a workhorse. This is meant to be out in the cold often and to last you a long time. Sizable zippers, and of course, having double zipper action. You can use this for climbing, of course. So it could be a nice belay jacket. The hood is very nice and sizable. It'll go over a helmet, adjustable in the rear. Nice and sizable. And then you get that sizable chest pocket. And when I say sizable, I mean very sizable. Easily will swallow up whatever large phone you have. And while I have you on here, I can pull up the specs. I took pictures of it. It is 896 grams. That is 31.6 ounces. 1 pound, 15.6 ounces. Just took screenshots right there. So you can see it folded up. So obviously this is not ultra light, but it is a very, very warm, durable synthetic jacket. And one more feature worth noting, the back of the front pockets is fleece lined, so that feels good against the back of your hands. They thought about a lot of stuff here. And also the elastic cuff comes in about 1/4 of an inch, so it'll play nicely with gloves, creating a nice kind of seamless connection right there. So the puffy will go over the cuff of an undercuff glove, which is really, really thoughtful when you're out there in the cold, working with your hands, splitting wood or tending to the equines or whatever you're doing out there. Maybe you're climbing. In my case, that would be split boarding and winter camping, as you have known from all the videos. MSRP on this will be $329. It'll be available August 1st, 2025. Got the okay from Patagonia just today, and wanted to get this video shot on this so you can see the sizing, the functionality, and then tell you how I've used it. And I imagine this will be one of the bigger sellers because the Nano Puff is the Nano Puff. Everybody loves the Nano Puff. And then if you can get a high loft version of that with like several times more insulation, and it's a good fit. It's not super trim and athletic, and it's not boxy. It's just a good fit. It's going to treat a lot of people really, really well. Look at the drop hem in the back. So if you raise your hands up, it's not going to expose your lower back. I mean, they put a lot of engineering, years of thought into this guy right here, as you can tell. And it is too warm to keep wearing inside. But there it is. This is the new for 2025 fall line from Patagonia. This is the High Loft Nano Puff hoodie. And yeah, it is warm. It is burly with that 50 denier fabric. Got the DWR. It's a workhorse. And this fair price, $329 for 200 plus grams of insulation. This was something that will be in our kit, my kit. My wife will probably take it over when we go camping next. But in the wintertime, this would be my go-to winter camping jacket because we get temperatures well below freezing here in Fahrenheit here in Colorado when we're camping at 10,000, 11,000 feet. So we'll see a lot of use. So if you are a camper, climber, or just everyday use, it is pretty awesome. It'll come in black, blue, this is pond green, and they'll have a nice forge gray. The other colors are more like approachable. This is like a very kind of rustic, fun color. Hopefully seeing this jacket on a person, speaking about the specs, was helpful. If it was, a thumbs up be appreciated. If you want to see more content from Patagonia, I've got more stuff in the box to shoot reviews on. Just gotta get the okay from Patagonia and see when I can go live with those. Consider subscribing to our Engearment YouTube channel. And the channel is going to get really active the next 3 weeks. We have 80 meetings in the next 3 days with all the outdoor companies. If you want to see that, consider subscribing because we're going to be showing you stuff that comes out next year. I'm Sean Sewell, the owner and director of Stoke for Engearment.com. Until next time, take care.